Oh, I hope that stays in.
No, I don't think it picked it up. Ladies and
Was
gentlemen,
Batman? I mean, was Robin?
they made Robin that like 2 years ago.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, which
I mean, but he was
you know,
always the more.
Batman, Robin definitely. I mean, that's the thing though, Devin. It's like we always kind of knew,
Yeah, yeah.
and we just it was
Like
okay.
why? Like
We
why are you hanging out with Batman so
we
much?
s-
Why you
we
want to hang out with Batman so
we
much, dude?
still accept Robin for who he is. It's okay. He can
But he doesn't have to say it.
what he does in his free time is fine. Hell,
None of our
it's,
lives.
it's none of our business. I don't know what Batman does in his free time. He's just I mean, well, no, let's be real. I have no clue. I know he's rich. He's a billionaire, but I don't know what he's doing in his daytime. Like, uh, just
He's
looking at
eating.
stocks and shit. Like, what is he
Yeah.
doing? I have no clue. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of On It. We are here. You got
We
me.
could do a movie podcast.
We could 100%. See, here's the thing
We
though.
would both have to watch way more movies though.
There's no like if this podcast was a thing in like 2006,
Yeah.
and it's like we spent the next like 10 or 15 years reviewing movies and stuff,
Yeah.
it'd be great. But there's absolutely nothing. You could spend the next hour and a half on this podcast being like, try this, try that. Like in the newer days, there's nothing I want to watch. There's not a single movie I want to see.
Really?
If it's anything, it's gonna be a remake of something or the fifth version of this.
Oh no! I don't want to
I'm saying
watch any
like
new movies.
that's what I'm saying. There's
Yeah,
nothing new.
it's been a very long time since a new movie has caught my eye.
Now, if you're saying like Mikey watched this movie and it's from 1996, sure, it can be talked
That's a
about.
terrible idea. Let's never do that.
I wouldn't say it's a terrible idea. I would say like
No, it's a terrible idea to have that as your entire podcast.
for sure, but
We
I
can talk,
definitely
but
100%.
welcome back to the movie podcast. Today we're talking about
We've talked movies. We've had
sure
segments on movies and whatnot, but
shit. We used to do TV shows.
today we got segments on the NFL and NBA like usual. Ladies, I don't know if I ever finished the roll out the intro, but welcome to the pod. You got me, you got Devin. We're here.
I don't even know if we started. We're just talking about
A day late. We were talking about Robin.
we're a day late.
We're a day late. It's Devin's fault.
Yep.
But it's fine.
When is it not?
To be honest with you, besides that one night Kendall Jenner tried to kill me, I think
outside of that one night, yes.
I don't think it's been my and the seizures. Those were the two times I was a little late on the pod, so my fault.
Maybe some overnights.
I don't know.
I think one of the overnights.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. You might.
But yeah, because you got called back in a couple.
You might be pulling back from the memory bank.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that night.
Okay. You might be right. Okay. All right. We got a lot to talk about.
But usually it's me.
Usually it's you.
Yeah.
We got the NBA, the NFL, but obviously what passed this weekend was the All-Star break, the All-Star weekend.
Yeah. 211 to 187 or 197.
So okay, if you want to talk about the All-Star game,
which is not that far off from a regular season basketball score.
No, not anymore. Especially
156 to 153. Congrats.
Especially the way defense is played in today's
NBA. What's crazy to me is how like openly all the players talk about how there's no defense in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Like I was listening to Bron talk about how like the regular season is played differently, where it's a higher scoring opener court, it's a more open court. But then he said in the postseason, then they let us lock down.
I mean, which is
true. It's like I think most players want to play like that and have the ability to play like that, because if you look at a finals game, they're not usually scoring over 100 points.
Well,
there are a lot of games where they don't score over 100 points.
I think you're just getting. I think you just your recency bias just got used to watching like Miami play in the finals.
No, I'm like even fucking 2016 when the Cavs won.
Sure, okay.
Game 7, 89 to 93. I mean,
obviously, in the last even 8 years.
Yeah.
The lack in defense like just being played in the NBA at all has definitely increased.
A defensive player of the year is meaningless nowadays,
A
no?
big dude that averages a couple blocks a game.
Or fucking Marcus Smart.
Yeah. I completely
Or
forgot Marcus Smart.
did P. Bev ever win one? I hope not.
Did you just ask that question?
I don't know.
You?
Did I?
I don't know. I'm not even
I
gonna.
thought he may have.
I'm not
I think he'd be talking a lot more shit.
gonna.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think he would have done what he did in Minnesota after winning that playing game. If you know
I
he
don't
got a
think so.
Defensive Player of the Year award. Look, the All Star game though, Devin.
Yeah.
I, I might be all in on an NBA with just absolutely zero defense played. Now hear me out. Hear me out. Okay? Hear me out. Because you got to give me like 2 to like 5 years. 2 to 5, 3 to 5 years in this with this test. This you know, what am I
That's
looking
a
for?
long test.
With this
Experiment.
experiment. Yes, thank you. So, you take the NBA and it's like fuck it, fuck defense, do what you want to do, score. You have the two teams just absolutely go crazy on the offensive side of the ball. It's a shootout. Anthony Edwards throwing it off the backboard, just the dunk contest.
Just no
It's a,
one's
yes,
going.
it's a
You know,
dunk contest in the paint with
and
the
a
lack of
3-point
defense
shooting.
played. Yes, and the perimeter defense is. I mean, it's just nothing.
Yeah. I saw PG try to block Dame shot.
And then the game gets close. If the game is still close in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
they're going to lock in.
See, but here's the thing: why not just play the fourth quarter then?
Okay.
You
See,
know?
see that
why have a shoot around and layup lines and dunk lines and shit?
that's a whole other conversation. But you get people to lock in the fourth quarter, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, now you got people starting to try to play defense. But then a couple years go by, and maybe these NFL, maybe these NBA players are even smarter, and they catch up in the first year, and they're like, there's some outlier players that are like, yo, I might just start playing defense a little earlier.
Let's just let's not start in the fourth. Like, wait, isn't this experiment happening right now?
Hold on. Yeah, but no. Because Adam Silver was like, "This is gonna be a great All Star game, and it's gonna be very competitive, yada yada." And it was like, "What are we talking about?"
The least competitive
Yeah,
game of all time.
it's bullshit. And because I'm not talking about the All Star game. Obviously, there's no one's trying in the All Star game anymore. But
Like, yeah, I hear. Yeah, the people talk about how the All Star game sucks. I want to talk about how the regular season
regular
sucks.
season, you get
Yeah,
these outlier players that start playing defense earlier, encouraging other players to start playing defense earlier. Boom, full circle. The NBA's fixed. Defense is one of the favorited parts of the game.
see, but I think that experiment
Uh
is
huh.
currently happening.
You're right. No, I'm full of shit.
Are you talking about what's currently happening?
No. I'm full of shit. Like I know what I'm saying would never
No,
work. Like obviously,
no. Well, what I'm saying is that's what happened. That's what's happening. Like
see,
the first 3 quarters of basketball games are not played hard defensively.
what I'm saying is the NBA just accepts that.
Yes,
It's like are you holding a hammer?
that's a golf club.
Oh, okay. I I'm saying the NBA just needs to accept it and just go, you know what? Defense is not a thing. Just you know what? 2 years straight, 2 years, we're not even giving out a defensive player of the year
Well,
award.
I think they did it. Just I think they already accepted the
No, we're not
defense.
even
Adam
no,
Silver.
because they're trying to push this in-season tournament is just another way for the NBA to try to make the regular season more competitive. This is the
But
whole
just make it more
conversation.
competitive.
What?
Make the regular season more competitive. Make it a competition.
There's no way to make the NBA regular season more competitive.
Play harder. Play defense.
Okay, but you're looking at it from whose point of view? The players or the NBA?
I don't know.
NBA, yeah, the NBA would love for their players to try harder and play better, but they're not. The NBA it's the players. They're the reason why regular season is boring. It's not the
Is it?
NBA's fault. What are you talking about? Is it?
No, I think but it's also the NBA.
100%
The
no.
NBA,
No,
the NBA
absolutely not.
promoting a higher scoring basketball.
No. No. What are we arguing right now? Are we arguing whose fault it is why there's a lack of defensive play, or are we arguing why the
We're
NBA
arguing
promotes
whose
like
fault it is
Steph
why there's a
Curry?
lack of defensive play.
Players.
No, players want to bring back hand checking.
No. There's so many players in the NBA that in game 42 who are just could give two shits about the
Well,
basketball
that's
game
just
they're playing
because
right now.
that's the way the NBA is now.
But I'm saying
And then you
players
got guys
don't
like
care.
Kawhi who are sitting out.
Players do not care. Just like you said, why don't they just play the fourth quarter? That's because every NBA player could care less about the first three quarters of a game.
Yeah.
That's not the NBA's fault. That's the players' fault.
No, but the NBA is pushing higher scoring games, a less defense. Adam Silver said that the game was too physical in the early 2000s and it wasn't enjoyable for fans, so that they're making it a more of an open court where there's more shooting and guys like Steph Curry can go out and do their thing and show off their skill set.
Sure. Sure. But what I'm saying is the NBA pushes that because that's the way the NBA that's the direction the NBA has been headed in the last 10, 15 years. But at the same time, the NBA has also been trying to make the regular season more competitive. And
Well, what they're
and
what
how
they're
else are you
trying.
going to make the NBA more competitive? It's either going to be other players start shooting as good as Steph Curry, and other players other players that are as big as Jokic or Wemby just are the same skill level, or there's more defense played.
Yeah. So what I think they're trying to do,
But hold on,
like
hold on,
what
hold on. Wait. Which one is easier? More defense being played,
more
or
defense.
everybody being as good as the best five players in the NBA?
Yeah, more defense. But what I'm saying is that the NBA, I think the amount that the players are playing is different from the defense that they want from these games. The NBA has said that they want a less physical basketball game, but they want their players on the court for as many games as possible.
So I'm
That's
just
why they've implemented that 65 game thing, but that's not to get more defense. That's to get star players on the court so that they can get more viewership.
sure, but what does that have to do with the lack of defense being played?
I'm saying that the NBA doesn't want the defense.
I think
They
they
want a higher scoring, more skill level open court basketball game.
no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Because Bam said it over All Star Weekend. He said, like they asked if there's one rule you can bring back. He said hand checking.
Who said
Pat
that?
Bev, Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
He stinks, but
Okay.
um,
Go ahead,
no,
Pat
because
Bev. No, what did Pat Bev say about
Pat Bev
wanting
said bring it
wanting?
back. But no, there's a
Okay, okay,
but there are
okay,
players who want like. But all right, but here's the thing.
okay.
When LeBron was talking about it, he said yes, it's a more open court, higher scoring game in the regular season. But he said when the playoffs come around, then they allow us to lock in.
It's the lack of effort from players on the defensive side of the ball that has led to these crazy offensive statistics. The
But it's
NBA,
being
you're
promoted by the NBA.
but what do you think happened first? This is the chicken and the egg thing, though. I'm saying,
The
or
NBA
this isn't the chicken and the egg. This is we know what came first. No, it wasn't. It was what I'm saying is,
players didn't just stop playing hard when fucking 2015 hit
bro. Bro.
or
The
earlier.
NBA got soft the same way every other sport has gotten more soft, bro. It's like every sport
Yeah, see,
gotten
but the
softer.
thing about the NBA that pisses me off is that the NBA was never that dangerous. It's not a
No,
fucking full contact sport like football. Like we're not like sure players get hurt, but they're not getting hurt. They're all non-contact injuries for the most part.
but you're
It's just
saying
overuse injuries.
you're saying that the NBA took and ran with, oh, well, we want these high scoring games and yada yada yada. But I think that was after the effort was clearly shown, or the lack of effort was clearly the lack of effort on the defense side of the ball was obvious before that narrative from the NBA was created.
Well,
Think about when Kawhi was the best defensive player in the world, and then it turns out the best defensive player in the world doesn't really want to play at all. Definitely doesn't want to play in the regular season. I promise you, he's going to sit out. Like
Sure.
pulled all these stunts, and it's just that's just one example. I'm saying it's the
No,
lack
but
of
for
effort from
me, that's
players.
different than defense.
What do you mean?
What I'm talking, like, yes, like the NBA wants their players to play more often, and like guys like Kawhi, guys like Harden want to sit out more games. But I think that's separate from the fact that they aren't playing defense anymore.
I think there's a there. I don't know. I think it's not a direct correlation, but
Yeah.
I do think that there is a. Well, okay, you just brought up James Harden, right? What's one thing he didn't give a shit about? Playing defense.
Well,
What's the one
yeah.
thing people knock him for? What's the one thing? Who's one of the best scorers of all time? Who's got one of the best bags ever? Carmelo Anthony. What's the one thing people used to just hate Carmelo Anthony for? His
Not
effort
playing.
on his effort on defense.
Sure, but during, especially Melo's early time, there were players in the league, most of them, or most games were played with harder defense. What I'm saying is the NBA thinks that this product, a higher scoring game, is better than a defensive product where no one's scoring over 100 points and no one's scoring over 110 points.
You see, but you're taking. I don't know. I don't. I think there can be. I think there can be games where there's 100+ points scored, and it's not 160 points, and there's still good defense, a mix of good defense and good offense being played.
Yes, but now they're on the side where it's like, hey, everyone's fucking dropping 30 this game.
Okay, no. Okay, I agree with you that it's an easy thing to take and run with, but what I'm saying is the lack of effort in the regular season and the lack of
See, but James
defense,
Harden played defense in the playoffs?
but no, the lack of effort in the regular season and the lack of defensive play, I think has a correlation. And especially because you're talking about people sitting out and doing this and the NBA wanting players to play more. These players want to stay healthy so they can score more and play more, not because they want to play more defense.
Yeah,
These players watch their minutes and watch their games play because of their averages and their shooting statistic, not how
yeah,
well they play defense. They don't care
sure.
about playing defense, Brian. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some defensive preacher and that's what I want to see. But what I'm saying is, if you want the most competitive basketball,
Yeah.
it's not just
What's weird to
force
me is like
everybody to play 82 games.
this is the only sport,
If anything, cut it lower, less games.
honestly. Yeah.
But go ahead, more than any
This,
other sport.
this is the only sport where we have to have conversations about effort in the regular season. Like there aren't no other sports generally. Like sure,
I don't
sometimes
know conversations about other like I don't know the
but
baseball
but even
or like
football.
NHL
But
conversation.
but even
You know, like
football.
I don't.
Do we ever talk about that Tom Brady's not trying in week 3?
Well, no, because it's 16 games or
It's
17
once
games
a week
now.
type of
It's
thing.
important.
Then make basketball once a fucking week.
Well, you don't have to cut it to 16, but maybe I mean just cut it, just cut it down. Make it
Make the
like
game mean more.
maybe like 55, 50,
Because right now they don't mean dick.
50 or 55.
But at the same time, like the MLB is 162, and there's no like, I mean, it's not like a super like physically draining sport,
Uh huh.
but there's a lot. I mean, guys sit out more often than they used to, but guys are still playing 140 games.
But I'm see, I'm trying to watch how I talk about baseball because I don't want you to get defensive as a baseball
But in
fan.
baseball, they're not like, oh, let's have. Well, I guess they do that.
But baseball is like you gotta really love baseball to just sit and
Watch.
enjoy baseball. Like basketball is so much more high paced. It's like
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like
football is the only sport I think anyone can just like.
there's not much you could do to there's not much you could do to make baseball more entertaining or more competitive.
Yeah, no, there's nothing you can do to make it more competitive. There are things to make it more entertaining,
Yeah, with the
but
steroids, but
that's what I'm saying, dude. Fuck.
but
The fact that those guys aren't allowed in the Hall of Fame boils my blood.
can we talk about? Did you watch the dunk contest?
I saw some highlights.
Okay,
I saw what who was that speaking? What Shannon said about fucking Jaylen Brown
what's Shannon say?
when he fucking jumped over Kai Cenat in a chair.
Okay,
It's like you took a 3-foot man and put him in a fucking chair.
can we talk
But
about? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? You got
sure,
Mac McClung,
yeah,
Jamie Jaquez Jr.,
yeah.
Jacob Toppin, and
Not even the guy we want. We want to see Obi in that bitch because he can hammer that whore.
hey,
Jacob
Jacob.
can
Look,
Jacob
look.
can get up. Yeah,
Jacob was my second. Jacob was my number two. When I was watching it, and I was like giving my, giving my scores. I'm like, yep. I'm like,
yeah.
like 48. I'm like, I'm watching. I'm doing all this. He was 100% my two, if not my three. Jaylen Brown was my four. Jaylen Brown was my 100%
I don't know
four.
why Jaylen Brown was in there.
Okay.
He's not a dunker.
So there was a big thing about like, oh, finally, like an all-star is
Yes,
back in the dunk contest and all this.
Jaylen Brown's had to bite the bullet.
The right winner prevailed. At the end of the day, Mac McClung is like just a circus animal. Like they just throw him
Sure,
out there when the dunk
but there
contest
are.
comes around.
I think there are better dunkers. I think there could be better dunkers
For sure, but between those four, he's obviously. I mean, he just.
Oh yeah,
That's what he does, bro. He just
but
dunks.
he's also not in the NBA.
Well, he's in the G League.
Yeah, like all you're doing is taking a professional dunker,
Well, no, he's in the G League.
putting him in a dunk contest. I know it's the G League, but the
Taking him
G
in the
League.
G League.
There's fucking 3 guys who have come out of the G League and played. And
But here's
done.
my thing. Here's my thing about the Jaylen Brown shit. All his dunks sucked. I'm just say that for
Yeah.
the first.
And then he puts on the fucking glove.
Well, it's like okay, he does. It's like Jacob Toppin and Jamie, like, all right, they're jumping over Shaq, they're going between the legs, they're doing all this. Jaylen Brown, what? His second round was I can't remember if it was the second round. His second round dunk was that glove.
I thought that was his third.
Well, it
I
was
don't know.
first and second round.
I don't know. I didn't watch.
I believe it was his second round dunk. It's like that's what he had in store for like his like one of his finale dunks was like, oh, they said I can't go with my left. I'm gonna put a glove on my left hand and dunk with it.
It's like no, you still can't go with your left.
And
like,
you know what I'm gonna do? The guy that got eliminated dunked over Shaq. I'm gonna dunk over a guy that's 5'4", sitting down.
Sitting in a chair.
Sitting down. Devin, here's my whole thing.
Like 2 dudes dunked over Shaq.
I'm not going to sit here and explain every single dunk and why I think this person was better than this person that, but I will say this. The only reason Jaylen Brown made it through the first round was because the NBA would have looked so bad if they finally got an all-star back in the dunk contest and it just flopped. He was just the biggest flop in the dunk contest because he made the dunk contest boring. I wish I could have saw what more Toppin could have done. Or even Jamie. I mean, anybody but Jaylen Brown.
Sure.
So I mean, I don't know. The dunk over Kai, the glove. It was all just for show. Like and I don't know. Involving other people like the tribute or the what's his name I can't remember bro's name, but
Vince Carter?
No,
Dominic Wilkins?
Yeah, like just involving like, oh, this guy was a good dunker. I'm gonna do what he did. Look at me. Like I don't know. It's just he was an all-star. He had to make it to the final round. He definitely. I mean, it would have been worse had he won. I was not gonna lie. I was like, he's gonna win this. He's gonna end up winning this. But then after what McClung did, I was like, all right, okay.
McClung had some good dunks, but I don't know.
He's back to back champ.
I don't know why. Champ. Like, I don't know. Like, just pick something to make it fun. Like, they just keep running with the same fucking things. I'm glad. I mean, nope, never mind. Well, Steph Curry showed that he was the greatest shooter.
Okay.
At the same time, Sabrina would have been in the final of the men's 3-point competition.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna hate. Like, yeah, like
Cool.
I don't think anybody ever said. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody has said this, but I don't think
Oh,
anybody said there's like no woman that like can't shoot a three or like shoot well from three.
yeah.
Like people might
That's
not be
that's
interested.
not the area of the game they're lacking.
People might not be interested. There might be a lack of interest in WNBA or women's basketball, but
But generally, like the thought is they can't shoot from as far.
I'm not gonna lie, like it was more of like when this was announced, when that 3-point contest was announced, it was more like I think everybody was like, all right, Steph's gonna win this.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really like, I don't know. I didn't see too much like sexist like comments or arguments being
No.
had or anything. It was kind of just
Which
like,
I thought what it was going to be. I thought it'd be like who's better, the males or the
yeah,
females.
I'm glad
I mean,
people.
clearly she was better than some of the NBA shooters, but at the same time, like those NBA guys aren't just shooters.
But people quickly accepted and separated the whole gender thing, and it was just like, no, it's just two good shooters. I
Yep.
mean, they're gonna.
But in my opinion, it's like, why is this necessary?
Bro, it was just a draw. It was just a draw for the All-Star weekend. That's all it was.
Yeah.
That's really all it was. You know, just how they had like Draymond commentate in the All-Star game because he wasn't in it.
Yeah, I know.
That was great. You know, because the NBA
Yeah.
had to have him involved somehow. Which, if
Yeah.
that's not another reason or another example of how they
Oh,
just
he did another fucking a ring comment.
I look,
I
yeah,
know.
look, he gloats about it all the time. But if that's not another
I know you
example,
love.
if that's just another reason or proof how the NBA just dick sucks Draymond and lets him get away with anything he wants, I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
is.
saw that there was a fight in the NBA where a guy
Isaiah
knocked
Stewart,
out a dude post game or pre game.
Isaiah Stewart, yeah.
Yeah, and then he got arrested.
That's the same guy that like went crazy after LeBron elbowed him.
Yeah.
He's a menace. He does not need
But
to be on the court at all.
and then they're like, Draymond, just go to fucking therapy for a day and come back and you can do whatever you want, host whatever you want.
Well, I mean, no, I'm not gonna sit here and act like Isaiah Stewart is a saint. Like, bro's
No,
definitely
no,
got
no,
some
no.
serious
But I'm
problems.
saying that there's a different treatment for like people getting punched.
Yeah,
I mean, Draymond pussies it and plays it off like it's a fucking like in game like yeah, no.
that's what
Isaiah
Draymond
Stewart
does.
just walked up to him, fucking not to do that. But
I
I don't know.
So
It still
Devin,
sucks.
Devin, Devin, there's a lot of the rumors have heated up in the last week, and the
About me.
whole Justin Fields getting traded from Chicago.
Yeah, he apparently what do you call it? Unfollowed the Bears.
Oh, well, that means nothing. Everybody unfollows
What I'm
people
saying.
when they get upset. But I will say that I was starting to buy in on
Which
your
is
whole.
like fucking like fucking modern fucking bullshit thing to do. Like be mad and be like
Justin Fields unfollows just unfollows. They're like, that's it. He's getting traded.
oh,
It's
see the
confirmed.
fucking Bears now.
Caleb Williams to the Bears.
Caleb's
But I was buying in on your whole Caleb Williams thing. I was like, all right, maybe Caleb Williams is really going to Washington.
he is.
Not, bro. Okay.
Dude, it'll be the draft shakeup of the century because everyone thinks he's going to the Bears.
If Justin Fields is not a Bear on draft day, Caleb Williams is going to Chicago.
Justin could get traded on draft day.
If Justin Fields is not a Bear when they announce the first pick, it's going to be Caleb Williams. That's going to be the name announced in that first pick. No, Devin, I got you. If Washington does not, if Washington, if Caleb Williams is not taken first, Washington he's gonna be your quarterback.
Who's the other guy they could take? I mean, they could take anybody.
Listen, a lot of people are saying Justin
Caleb's
Fields
not going there, dude.
And if Caleb, do you have somebody else if Caleb does go first?
Jaden.
That's who you want for sure, 100%.
I don't want Penix. I mean, also I don't know, but I would rather have an LSU guy than a Indiana guy. Penix was 4 years at Indiana and then 1 good year at Washington. He never finished the season at Indiana. I hadn't heard the name until he started balling out for Washington. He's a lefty. He fucking flopped in the national championship game. He throws a terrible looking football. And yeah, I don't know.
Every
I don't
day
see
I
it.
see more and more just conversations about Fields, getting traded. But the whole thing is there's other conversations about other quarterbacks. Like for instance, Russell Wilson, his house is on the market in Denver.
There's people saying that he might not even have a spot next year.
He put his mansion up in Denver. But let me ask you this question: there's been a lot of conversations about where Russell Wilson could go, and the biggest team that's popped out the most, it's caught my eye, is Pittsburgh.
Mm.
Would you hate that?
I don't think Mike Tomlin would like him very much, but I don't hate that.
I would say, here's the thing. Russell Wilson is in like the worst spot like
Russell
right
Wilson's in
now.
one of the worst spots a Super Bowl quarterback's ever been in.
Like, okay, so he's been playing poorly. He's like the biggest cap space error you could have on your team.
One of the biggest ever.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you got a team that's like loaded up for a Super Bowl roster type team, but their cap space is slim, you're not going to be able to put Russell Wilson on that team.
No.
Like the Steelers, I don't know if they are a quarterback away from being Super Bowl contenders. I don't know.
Well, what are they away? A running back and a quarterback? I mean, definitely a
They're
quarterback.
not. I mean, Najee.
He had a decent season, but I mean, they definitely need a quarterback. They might not be a quarterback away, but they need a
Well,
quarterback.
okay, they're definitely not a Russell Wilson away. Like Russell Wilson isn't enough,
That's fair.
especially for the money it would take.
I love the shit talk that Russell Wilson's getting nowadays. It's awesome, even from you.
I see. Look, what I'm saying is for the price it would cost to have
Yeah,
Russell Wilson on your team, because I'm almost like getting to the point where I'm like as sympathetic with Russ as I was with Baker, but it's like Baker was never at the height of Russell Wilson and was looked at as just like a bust. Who now it's like, oh, he got to the playoffs, won division in Tampa, he's doing his thing, and now it's like anything he does positive is going to be a positive.
yeah,
But Russell Wilson like has to get back to the top tier elite level quarterback space,
yeah,
especially for the money he's being paid,
yes,
for people to praise him again, or just even talk about him like he's worth that money, because that's the biggest conversation is his contract. If he
yeah,
wasn't if he wasn't getting paid what he was getting paid, he wouldn't be
yeah.
hated as
If
much
he
as being
wasn't
hated.
expected to save this Broncos organization
Mm-hmm.
and be paid what $260 million over a couple of years,
And
yeah,
I think the Steelers are better than the Broncos, but I don't think Russell Wilson makes the Steelers
scary. No,
an
I
amazing
mean, I think
team.
he's
Like,
gonna have. I mean, those wide receivers who are good are just gonna have just as much of a problem with Russell as they are with Pickett and all those fucking guys on
mhm.
that team.
But I mean,
Dude, I'm getting scared.
but of what? Are you looking at Justin Fields talk?
No, I'm looking at fucking mock drafts.
What? What? Has not a single one said Caleb Williams to Washington?
Fuck.
What do you got? What do you got for
All of
me?
them are Caleb Williams number one, and a lot of them are fucking Drake May number two. If there's any fucking person I do not want to fucking have on my team, I don't care if Drake May plays 25 seasons and wins 8 Super Bowls. I have no fucking
No, if he does that,
expectations for this guy.
if he does that, you'll like be happy. Like you'll be happy if he like wins
No,
y'all
no,
8 Super
I don't
Bowls.
care. Like, if we don't draft him and then he goes and has a great career,
Oh,
sure, good. But there's not one good UNC quarterback ever. There never will be one. We thought Mitch Trubisky was a fucking beast when he fucking got drafted. Drake May's gonna suck. I don't care. I want Jaden or Caleb. Honestly, I'm cool with taking Jaden. But I do like the connection, the USC connection with
Cliff.
Yeah.
But not a single mock draft is giving Caleb to Washington.
What the fuck?
Wow, that's a shame.
One of them is.
That's a shame.
Apparently, all right, one of these guys is a jackass.
But what?
I don't know. Says they're gonna fucking draft an O lineman first overall.
Oh my god! Look, I'm not gonna lie.
Imagine having like all of the top quarterbacks and going, yeah, big corn husker, dude.
Just don't be shocked or mad when Justin Fields gets traded and Caleb Williams is a Bear.
I mean, whatever happens, it will be the wrong decision because this is Washington. Mm-hmm. So even if it's like bad now or bad 5 years down the road, it will be bad. Nothing good will come from this. Whoever we draft, doesn't matter.
Like the the Magic Johnson pool is just not enough to be like, oh yeah, no, like Caleb Williams, he wants to go to Washington, Magic Johnson.
Well, he's care if he comes to Washington. And now he's got his former coach here, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. That the Justin Fields trade talk has just fired up a lot recently, the last 4 or 5 days. Even more
but
than
at
before.
the same time, like, I don't care if Justin Fields leaves the Bears. I still think he can be decent, but I don't know. I mean, they thought they were getting a beast when they drafted Justin Fields.
See, but that's the thing. Justin Fields getting traded from the Bears, Caleb Williams going to Washington or going to Chicago, those are all interesting stories, but I would like to see Justin Fields on a better team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this isn't like if... It's like trying hard to stay with an ugly girlfriend. It's like, you don't need to, dude. Like, there's better options out there. Like, I know you love her. But stop, dude.
But it's like is she ugly though? That's the thing. Is Justin Fields the ugly girl? Is she the ugly girl? Do we not know yet?
The Bears are the ugly girlfriend.
Oh, okay. The Bears.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the Bears are the ugly girlfriend.
Okay, I got you.
He's trying hard to stay with the Bears.
The Bears,
but the Bears are like, not number one, we don't want you. Number two, we fucking suck balls.
The Bears is a disgusting girlfriend.
Oh,
that's a gross girlfriend right there.
This bitch is Reddit, dude.
Ugh. All right.
No offense.
Speaking of staying with people, Nelson Aguilar re-signs with the Ravens.
Whoa.
Which, not the biggest.
Talk about a pull.
Not the biggest free agent move I was looking for from the Ravens.
Respectable season.
Look,
I didn't appreciate season where like 18 fucking drops. Maybe he did.
I appreciate it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not against it. But I will say, I'm curious to see what domino effect this creates, if it does create one. Will this lead to
what?
Will this lead to us having to pick between Madubuike and Queen? Does it pick us having to go pick between?
I think was causing any cap problems.
I think anybody is going to cause cap problems. Our cap space, we don't have the best cap space, but we're talking about cutting Marlon Humphrey. We're having conversations about
Marlon can walk.
Marlon can walk.
Marlon can
walk, and I saw people being like, "Oh, and replace him with who?" And it's like
anybody,
someone that doesn't get burnt,
and someone who doesn't get burnt, and someone who doesn't get hurt.
Someone was like, he only gave up 1 touchdown this year. He played 10 games,
and he's got a safety right over top of him the entire game.
He's played 10 games.
Yeah.
He played in 10 games. The man cannot stay healthy. Look, like I said, if you can restructure the contract or, maybe push bro back a little bit to safety, okay.
I don't mind seeing him at a safety. Because, like, when D-Hop called him a safety, it's like,
but then people are like, well,
still good enough to be a safety in the NFL. That's a big fucking thing.
Well, D-Hop only had 1 catch on Marlon Humphrey. And it's like, nobody said D-Hop had a great day versus the Ravens defense or versus Marlon Humphrey. To be quite honest with you, the Titans suck. So,
you also or Will Levis or any of those, or Malik Willis. All those guys suck.
Yeah, so it's like it's not that hard to have a great day as a defensive back versus any of those quarterbacks. So I don't know. Nelson Aguilar staying. I'm just saying, like, it could lead to being like, does J.K. walk? Because we just don't want to give him some big bag. Does
I'm more
this
afraid of you
person walk?
guys losing defensive players than running backs.
Running
For sure.
backs are my least concern when it comes to the Ravens
Yeah.
because I know we'll figure it out. We'll find
And
somebody.
again,
If anything, Kevin's.
like
I mean,
from what we saw from Keaton, he looks
oh, for
pretty
sure.
fucking spectacular.
See, but that's the thing. He got injured late in the season. Is he gonna be 100% by week 1? Is he gonna be
Yeah,
back? Is he gonna be good?
probably not.
We really don't know. This might be a situation like JK where he comes back and he's not even fully healthy the next year.
Yeah.
But another
But,
receiver.
well, I also saw that the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles are the main contenders to get Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Are
Okay.
y'all willing to drop a bag on Derrick Henry? Because that's when you lose Matabike. That's when you lose Queen.
The question isn't are we willing to drop a bag for Derrick Henry? Is Derrick Henry willing to take a cut to win a Super Bowl?
No.
We just talked about the Ravens being able to make it
If
work.
I'm Derrick Henry, I'm what, 28, 29, maybe? I'm a big dude. Um, I'm not sure I care about a Super Bowl. I think I'm looking for.
No. I think Derrick Henry
I mean, he probably cares
I
about
think
a Super Bowl,
I
but
think it's. I think at this point, let's be 100% real. Derrick Henry is set when it comes to money.
that is
He
fair.
is set when it comes to bread. I don't. I'm
And it's
not. I don't
also
want to.
like the two teams that are in it are teams that are contenders.
I don't want to pocket watch, but it's like, bro, we see you at the Heisman House. We see you doing other things. It's like you're
He's
making
30.
bread. You're making your money. We know you got your bread. There's one thing Derrick Henry needs, and that's a Super Bowl, bro. That man needs a Super Bowl ring, and he can go to
Hey,
Philly.
RG3 pulling for Baltimore to get him.
That's cool.
So, I mean, we know we know what
Man, we got RG3 vouching for us, man.
we know what
Shit.
RG3 can do in that
Shit, then
PM
man,
room.
you might as well say the ink's drying right now.
Dude, the yeah, he's the Pope.
We got him. We got him. We locked
This
him
guy
in.
knows.
But no,
RG3 needs to stop talking, dude.
if Derrick Henry comes to Baltimore asking for some big ass bag, he's not going to be a Raven because we just talked about how the Ravens are going to make it work at running back. We don't need Derrick Henry if he's asking for some crazy amount of money. Just how we don't need JK
That's
if
fair.
he's asking for some crazy amount of money.
I I I agree. Like, yes, will Derek help your team? Sure. He's not necessary.
For the bag he if he depending on the bag he asks for. That's all that matters. That's all
But
that
I
matters.
mean, at the same time, it's like you guys are still the best rushing offense in the league. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't see a world where like he makes you got like we've seen your team with at the top of the league rushing wise. I don't see like there are other things you guys need to work on that do not
Well,
involve the
I mean, we still got linemen we need to pay. We got defensive players we need to pay. We're sitting here. I mean, let's be real, bro. Look,
like it's cool. Like it's a big deal if you sign a Derrick Henry, but yeah, like you said, don't waste your fucking whole cap on a guy who isn't really going to move the needle.
and I think it's the same thing for Philly, bro. They can have. They don't need Derrick Henry. It's
You know, they have the
cool.
best O
It'd be
line.
great, but that's the thing. If the Ravens had to lose Kevin Zeitler, our guard, for Derrick Henry, or it's like, or the biggest
Well,
thing.
we've seen Derrick Henry get like he's like he's a big body, but he shines when he gets in the open field. So he still needs an O line.
Sure, yeah. I mean, of course, and especially if you want to. I mean, if the biggest thing is he's getting older and he's how big of a body he is and how physical he plays, he's obviously going to need to be protected
Yes.
the most.
Yes.
But I completely forgot where I was going with what I was saying. But I will say that Derrick Henry, I just don't think I don't think we need to drop a bag on him. No. And before we make a move on Marlon Humphrey, before we talk about what free agents the Ravens need to keep, before we talk about Justin or Patrick, we could like restructure Stanley's contract. He's got a big ass bag, and I wouldn't say he's the best tackle in the NFL. But I mean,
and you guys let Orlando Brown walk.
But I mean, if we're gonna sit here and tell J.K. no, who's a younger running back, that I'm not saying he's gonna be Derrick Henry, but he can. I mean, he could be a top running back in the league. We're not giving Derrick Henry a bag at 30 years old.
No,
it's not happening.
Honestly, I would spend the. I mean, if you're not gonna, no one wants to spend $50 million on this guy. You can go spend 12 to 15, or honestly 10 to 12, and keep Dalvin.
Mm-hmm. Well, Marlon Humphrey says cutting him would free up 11.75 mil in cap space.
Does he want to get?
I think we want to cut him. I think
I
don't know. I think Marlon Humphrey loves being a Raven.
Yeah, but okay.
I don't get that vibe
from that sentence where he's talking about how much the cap would. No, what you said, Marlon Humphrey said that?
No, I said there if he were to be cut, that's how much it'd be free.
I thought you said Marlon. Yeah, no.
I will say Matt Judon's recruiting him to New England. He's asking.
Perfect. Take him,
bro. If he wants to go to New England, he can go play in New England. Can we talk about New England for a second?
Why?
Can we talk about a New England player?
Why?
Because everybody keeps talking about this guy, and
oh my god, dude! I keep every time I fucking open my phone.
Thank you.
Oh, well, what a great NFL player!
Okay, can we please talk about it, Devin?
The only time I saw him was at a fucking coin toss.
Can we please talk about it, Devin? Because I've been waiting to talk about this all day. This is the one thing I'm happy we waited a day to record for, because this news came out.
Yeah.
Matt Slater retires.
Cool.
He was a Patriot. He was a gunner on special teams. If nobody knows what a gunner is, you got the punt team, and you got the two guys out there, and they're running down, they tackle, and then they get off the field for the majority of the game.
Yes.
I saw a thing that said Matt Slater's retiring. He's got a gold jacket waiting for him. In 2075, maybe he's got a gold jacket waiting on him.
Well, also, but he's going up against special teamers.
No. He's going up against Hall of Fame players. That's who he's going up against.
He's going against the special team Hall of Fame.
No.
But yeah, if it took Devin Hester
was inducted the same way Julius Peppers were inducted. It wasn't Devin Hester's in the special teams Hall of Fame. He is in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Because if you had a Super Bowl Hall of Fame, then Eli Manning would be a guaranteed in there. And now, but if it's the NFL
But
Hall
here's
of Fame,
the thing:
people are saying
if you look at his stats,
I know them, but go ahead. They're not hard to remember.
3-time Super Bowl champ, irrelevant. 5-time first team All Pro. 3-time second team, 10 Pro Bowls.
Oh, I thought you were gonna read his one touchdown that was an 11-yard punt return or fumble recovery.
Well, his stats are.
You're talking about New England's success when he was on the team.
Yes, exactly. No, but his stats are 191 career tackles, 1 forced fumble, 600 return yards, 1 reception, 46 receiving yards, 2 rushing attempts, 11 rushing yards, 1 total touchdown.
So Matt Slater is not a Hall of Famer.
Dude, the only time I heard his fucking name or saw his fucking face was when they were doing a fucking coin toss at a Super Bowl.
Devin, one of his biggest accomplishments, when I was reading, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to do a little bit of research to be okay, maybe there's some reason. And it's after you get he's been in 10 Pro Bowls, which first of all, as a special teamer, he was a Pro Bowl. He wasn't a receiver. He was in the Pro Bowl to be a gunner. That's what he was in the Pro Bowl for.
It's not even a thing you send a guy to the Pro Bowl for anymore.
One of the biggest things I saw, one of his biggest accomplishments was, in quote, he famously called heads in the overtime coin toss versus Atlanta.
3.
Dude, what the I mean, it's
That's not his call.
it's sorry. It's like I feel bad that it's like, bro, I don't want to hate on him because he
Like,
doesn't
yes, I
deserve
respect you for being an NFL
he
player
doesn't
for.
deserve the hate because I haven't seen him going like, I'm a Hall of Famer, I'm a Hall of Famer. It's
Agreed.
everybody else that's like, it's like, okay, I don't hate Taylor Swift. I can't stand the damn fans that won't. It's the fans that people can't stand. It's not really. It's not. Let's be
I don't
real. You could care less. You could care
agree.
less.
Agree.
But then when you got these white girls screaming in your face, it's like, all right, relax.
Shut up. Yeah.
You got all these people online saying, "Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. He's this, he's that." No, he's not. If that's the case, any long snapper that's got 3 rings should be in the Hall of Fame. Any
Yeah.
guy that's got the whole argument for why Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame is because of his Super Bowl success, and he's like an absolute no for the next 20 years. I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
guarantee you. So I really don't see a world where Matt Slater is in the Hall of Fame. I mean, unless you
Like,
like you said, just to have a gunner in the Hall of Fame, because there is
yeah.
no gunner in the Hall of Fame. So I guess, but
There is
that's
no gunner in the Hall of Fame
no, there's no gunner in the Hall of Fame. But
because it's not a sought after position.
it's a pity.
Usually, guys like he was a receiver his whole high school, college career, and then they were like, "Yeah, let's
It's
not
like
do
cool.
that.
It's
Let's
like
put you can gun for us.
it's like
That sounds fun."
it's cool. Bill really loved your work ethic and appreciated you.
Yes,
But
and
is it
and you
not
were you were a great leader.
is it not a coincidence that he retired as soon as Bill left?
Yeah, because Bill was the only guy who saw like why he's on this team.
No, well, yeah, well, because you know, Coach Mayo walked up to him and went, "Look, bro, I appreciate it, but like, either we're gonna have to cut you, or you're gonna have to like announce your retirement because
Or you can play for free. Yeah.
you could pay to play. I mean, if you want,
Yeah.
like, it will cover like insurance,
Pay for your
but
pads.
like, yeah, you know,
Nice.
if you show up, paint the helmet, do your thing, but
You do
you're
that.
gonna have to go, bro.
I don't want to hate on him. I know we
I
have.
don't want to, and we already
But
did.
I
It's too
want
late.
to,
Yeah, it's too late.
but it's like this is
I,
this means nothing to me.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, and it's well. The only thing it means to me is he's not a Hall of Famer. That's all.
No.
That's all I want to say. I just want to make that very
Like I
clear
think Antonio Brown should be a Hall of Famer
before Matt Slater.
long before Matt Slater.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing.
Like
It's like,
AB was the best receiver in the league for like 6 years,
okay,
or at least top five
yeah, yeah,
for like 8 years. Top
yeah.
five for like
He was great, and then, but that's the thing. I guess if off the field antics can keep you out, off the field antics can get
I
you
guess
in.
if you're a good dude and
I,
you're in the Hall of Fame,
I guess, bro. Mike
I don't
Evans,
sure.
Justin Fields. Okay, so Justin Fields trade talk is trending up. Mike Evans re-signing with the Bucks trending down.
Yes, I've seen some things that he might be on the move. Maybe Houston.
So that's exactly what I want to talk about, Devin. Teams he could go to if he doesn't re-sign with the Bucks. So there's really only 2 ways he can go about this. He can go get a bag, or he can go help a team win a Super Bowl.
I think that's a lot of players.
He's already gotten to taste a
Not
Super
all.
Bowl victory. He's
Yes.
already gotten his bag.
Did he?
Now, look, okay, yeah, I'm a Ravens fan, yada yada, blah blah blah. We talk about people going to Baltimore all the time, but I see a lot of reports that the Ravens are one of the favorited teams. And I made the same face you made. I was like, why? It's
I mean,
because
that'd be awesome.
in 2018, he got an $82 million extension.
Dang.
His offensive coordinator was Todd Monken. Had a career year, got his $82 million bag, and his offensive coordinator was good old Todd Monken, which I was like, huh.
I didn't know.
In the same way, like, I don't think Caleb Williams is going to be like, yeah, I want to go play with Cliff. I don't 100% think Mike Evans is going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll just go play with Todd Monken. But I will say that I didn't know that, or I wasn't aware of that. And then when I read that, I was like, okay, now I understand why he could potentially be fit to play for the Ravens.
And Zay, I think we're in a better spot with Zay.
What do you mean?
Like the investigation was suspended.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything since the initial like.
Well, yeah. So now the report is that it brings no charges and the investigation is suspended. So they
Well,
closed.
the sad thing is it was just a bunch of negative publicity for nothing.
Sure.
Like, not to say like, I mean, well, obviously, from what look, nothing happened. Apparently,
Yeah.
nothing happened, Devin, and it just sucks that there had to be any negative
Well,
light.
something happened, but no one's getting charged.
Uh, there was negative light shine on him for pretty much no reason. So that's the only reason that I'm upset about the whole thing.
But also at the same time, not sure how good the Baltimore PD is at getting people who do wrong.
All right, all right, all right. You said Houston. You said Houston.
Well, I'm looking at the top teams he could go to. So Ravens,
Okay.
Bengals,
Well, hold on.
Houston. I'm
Go
just naming them.
one at a time now. So I saw Houston,
Houston,
but the
yes.
biggest reason I saw for Houston was because he's from Texas.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's like.
Oh yeah, he went to fucking Texas A&M.
But it's like I don't know if another good receiver added to Houston's roster is what's going to put them over the edge. But maybe.
I mean,
It'd be
it
cool.
could. I mean, the
Um,
two they got are guys that I hadn't heard of until they started balling this year, Nico and Tank. Yeah, I mean, he could be pretty.
Bengals.
Bengals is what this says.
You said the Bengals. I mean, yeah, that would definitely make them a scary fucking team.
Jamal,
Um,
Tyler Boyd,
I,
and Mike Evans. I don't know if he's needed there. To
that's
be
another
complete,
thing. It's like he's not.
I think you just need a healthy quarterback.
Yeah, Burrow doesn't need. He doesn't need Mike Evans, and I mean not to jump to this like level of respect this early, but I don't know if Stroud needs him. I don't know if he
No,
needs him.
nope.
I don't know if he
At
needs him.
the same time, like it's been a while since a slightly older but well accomplished wide receiver has left their spot and made a team substantially better.
Okay.
You know, like Devontae left, had a great year with Derek Carr, but they still sucked. Um, they had no quarterback last year. Julio left way too late in his career, went to Tennessee. D Hop didn't really help out the Cardinals and is not helping out the Titans. Not to say that it's his fault, but to say that the move didn't work.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, AB had his own
So
problems.
the thing is, Mike Evans going for in your eyes? You think he's going for a bag or a championship run? I could imagine a championship run.
If I was Mike, I would go for a bag. But
I feel like you're
if you
saying
put
that because
yourself,
it's like,
but if you put yourself on an established team, unlike these other guys have done, where they went and got a bag, like Devontae went and got a bag, then I think he can really make an impact. He can really make an impact on any of these teams. I mean, not the Colts.
okay, but teams I saw, like
This says the
I saw the Chiefs, I saw the Bills, I saw the Bengals, I see the Ravens. All
yeah.
those teams, if he went to those teams, that's like, okay, you're joining a team that you are making like more of a solidified reason for why they should be in a Super Bowl and have a chance to win the whole
Like,
damn
these
thing.
are already the top teams in the league. This cannot hurt.
But if he goes to Houston, I think it'd be definitely okay. Houston and Indianapolis. I see the Colts a lot.
Indianapolis, I don't like.
Let me say this: if he goes to the Colts, it's more of a story about Anthony Richardson than
Exactly.
Mike Evans. We know what Mike Evans can do. It's going to be all right. Anthony Richardson has an elite weapon. He better do something with it. Now it's going to be more of a story about him than Mike
If I'm
Evans.
Mike, Mike's already played a good amount of years with quarterbacks who aren't the greatest. Crab legs to name one. But yeah, I would go to an established team with a great quarterback. If I was Mike, yeah, I would go to any of the top AFC contenders.
Like Mike Evans, he had his days in Tampa, and then he gets to play with Tom Brady. And then Baker Mayfield comes and he has to have this experiment year where the story is, like I said, really about the quarterbacks, come
Yeah,
up and come back.
exactly.
and he did his thing still.
Like there is no more talk about Lamar being a good quarterback anymore.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Evans really feels like, or I don't. If I was Mike Evans, I wouldn't feel like going to another team where it's just another experiment for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like if I'm either gonna go get a bag or go for a Super Bowl run.
Yeah. No. I definitely wouldn't go to Indianapolis. I think the Texans are a long shot. But I don't hate the Texans move. I don't think that could be bad. But yeah, Bengals would be scary.
If he goes to the Chiefs, Devin,
You don't have anybody.
if Mike Evans goes to Kansas City,
The NFL's rigged.
they're
The
winning.
NFL's
They're winning. They're three-peating. They're three-peating.
they might four-peat
They're
at that
going
point.
to. They're going to three-peat.
The
100%.
Chiefs might never not win a Super Bowl ever again.
You will
Which
never be able to talk bad about anybody or anyone that played for them or anything because they're going to be the greatest franchise ever.
which they should be talked bad about. Like
No,
they're a team
they
that gives
might
us
be.
reasons to talk bad.
Well, certain people in their
Yes.
personalities may give us a reason to talk bad about
Yeah.
them, but
Someone said that re-signing Chris Jones is more important than anybody else on the team.
who are free agents or just anybody, period.
I mean, outside of Patrick, like re-signing Chris Jones should be their number one thing over getting a receiver or anything.
Nah. Well,
No,
no, yeah, no.
I mean,
No, 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 no,
well,
no, no, no. I agree with that. I agree with that.
all right. Well, they did
They just,
win
yeah,
the Super Bowl with nobody.
yeah,
That is fair.
yeah. I agree.
But they also were given this Super Bowl, and they deserved not to be in the Super Bowl. They had a not great regular season, and they're not good offensively, and they
They
cheated.
are okay, but they are good offensively. They're still
Uh,
a good team. They are a good team. They
yes.
they weren't the most dominant team in the regular season, but
No,
they
but
have
they
been.
did have a skinny white woman who can sing. So.
They do, and people might not like them because of their
Fuck Chris Jones. Resign Taylor Swift. Put her on the contract.
yeah, yeah, no. Put
Make
Taylor
sure
Swift.
Travis is fucking keeping his mouth shut and buying her flowers or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
the fuck.
put her on a
Buying her
contract
red
for the
lip.
Chiefs. But re-sign Chris Jones. But like I said about the whole Mike Evans thing, Mike Evans is not gonna get some bag from Kansas City. He's going there because he knows, like, bro, we're getting a ring. Like, fuck
Yeah.
this. We're going to get a ring.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Bengals,
ending
bad spot.
Bengals. Bengals is, I mean, Bengals. Bengals. They would be dominant,
It'd be scary.
but they don't need him as much as. See, here's the thing. It's like they don't need him as bad as the Chiefs do in the sense of like talent at receiver.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the level of quarterback play, Mahomes doesn't need him. I wouldn't say Joe Burrow needs him as bad as Mahomes either, but I'll also say Mahomes can obviously do more with less.
Yes.
So in that case, Burrow needs him more, but the Bengals don't need him more. But Mahomes doesn't need him. He doesn't need to go to either of these teams if this is
He
making
doesn't
any
need to go
sense.
anywhere. He's proven that he's.
He doesn't have to go to the Ravens, bro. He doesn't have to go.
But I think for the Ravens, this is what they've been looking for a long time. And really, what they've never really had is a big receiver who can. Like, you guys have had some shifty receivers recently with Marquise Brown, some smaller guys, Bateman. But you guys never had that big, imposing, deep ball or even red zone guy.
Yeah, like I want me like an
Mike
Anquan.
Evans will be
I need me
sick
like
on.
an Anquan Bolden, bro.
Yeah, Mike Evans. Well,
I need me like
sure.
I need me like a. What you mean, sure? What you mean, sure?
I think Mike's a little bit better than Anquan,
You
but
brought up Hollywood Brown.
no, I know. No, I'm saying that's what you guys didn't have.
Yeah, you said a big body receiver. I mean, hey, we won a Super Bowl with the man.
Anquan's a big dude.
We won a Super Bowl with the man.
I'm saying more like Jacoby's height with the best hands in the league. How tall is Jacoby?
Yeah, you're just bringing up random receivers from the Ravens. I mean, tall, 6'1", 6'2"? I don't fucking know.
Mike Evans is 6'5".
Whatever he could be. I'm not sure. Well, all I'm saying is, out of all them quarterbacks, though, you're talking Burrow and Josh Allen and Mahomes. Lamar still gets questioned the most for talent at the quarterback position when it comes to throwing. So
yeah, he's MVP though.
So sure,
Josh Allen has 0. Joe Burrow will never win an MVP. Burrow sucks. I'm standing on that.
Burrow doesn't suck.
Burrow is a top 15 quarterback.
Burrow is a top 8 quarterback.
Burrow's top 15.
Burrow's top 8. Name 8 quarterbacks better than Joe Burrow. Go. Do it.
CJ Stroud. Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson. Do I have to do
yeah, off the head. You have to do
off
this.
the heezy?
Off the heezy, you have to do this. You can't look up receivers or quarterbacks and go, yeah, no, I think, because first of all, CJ Stroud, I'm taking that out for now.
Justin Herbert.
What the fuck are we talking
about? Deshaun Watson.
No, stop it. All right, stop
Joe
it.
Flacco.
Stop it.
No,
he's a top 8 quarterback. He's a top 8 quarterback.
Yeah, because he hasn't played. Like, once he plays a whole season, and I don't know.
Top 10 at least. He's not top 15. He's not top 15.
Second year.
Top 10.
Sure.
You just try
I don't know. This isn't like, hey, everyone needs to agree with me, Joe Burrow sucked. This is me just saying I project his career to plummet.
Yeah, but you're like, he's top 15. It's like, no.
No, in my eyes, he's top 15, and he will plummet.
Like, my whole argument all year has been like, you can't name 15 quarterbacks right now better than Baker. So it's like,
that's been your argument for
Joe.
4 years.
Joe is definitely, like, easily top 15. He's top 10.
Well, he's easily top 15, but he's top 15.
He's top 10, bro.
I'm not saying where he is in the 15. I'm just saying he's top 15.
He's at least he's at the topmost 10.
Well, he's not 15 and he's not 1. He's somewhere.
He's nowhere. He's nothing between 11 and 15 because he's.
Siri, give me a number between 15 and 1.
No.
He's in there somewhere.
He's top 10. But yeah, let's be real. When the Chargers don't re-sign Keenan Allen and just bring Mike Evans in, the conversation's really gonna be over, and he's gonna be playing in LA. So, Florida to Cali.
I haven't even thought of that.
Mike Evans is gonna be a Charger, and that's really gonna be the end of it.
He's just a Keenan Allen on steroids.
He's gonna go play with a good coach, with a good quarterback, in LA, and he's gonna get to
win 9 games.
Replace him with Keenan Allen. Replace Keenan Allen with Mike Evans. It's like not that hard, Devin. It's not that hard. You could easily do that.
But I mean, at the same time, like, it's not like I'd rather have both.
No.
Okay.
No. I'd rather, because if my number 2 is gonna be someone who's old and injury prone, it's like why?
Fair.
And I'm talking like, because I mean, you're not giving Keenan Allen a vet minimum. Like he's gonna want you know what I'm saying? Like, or you're not paying Keenan Allen a vet minimum, so it's like, free up the cap space.
I don't know what's
let him go. Let Keenan Allen go. Get Mike Evans involved. But let's talk about that because that's the final. That is the final thing I want to talk about.
But just as a disclaimer, no one should ever listen to my takes.
No, I mean, I hope everybody listens to them. They might not have to agree.
Like, here's, like, sometimes I make takes that are based off of my personal feelings toward players. Like, I don't like Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I don't like
so a lot of my takes are emotionally driven.
Of course, bro. I think every single sports analyst takes are emotionally driven.
No, those are, like, clicks driven, where they're like, they just say what's hot.
No, but it's emotional. Skip Bayless is emotional. Skip Bayless lost Shannon Sharp because of his emotion.
Skip is emotional, and that's why he's not sought after.
Everybody in the sports world is emotional.
Well, Stephen A. just says what's popular.
But I'm saying everybody. You go watch Fox. You watch anybody on that table. They're going to be talking about something, and they're going to be.
You know who's the dumbest guy? That Nick guy. That guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he's dumb. But what I'm saying is, and it might be more biased than emotional, which is kind of this. I mean,
Yeah.
which is there's a lot of correlation between being biased and being emotional towards something. But like, I don't know. Like a lot of people are gonna have.
Sometimes I just say stupid things.
Like, do you think Julian Edelman is ever gonna acknowledge a conversation about who the best quarterback is?
No.
And it's like, yeah, and he's gonna fight a lot harder for the guy that won him a bunch of fucking Super Bowls and made him
best quarterback ever.
A receiver that was acknowledged at all in the NFL and wasn't just a random punt returner or Matt Slater. I think everybody has emotional takes. I do. We both do.
Also, Travis Kelce is not the greatest tight end ever. I don't care what the stats say.
Like, no, my emotions made me put him out like a top 5.
Yeah, it's Gronk. Like, I don't think Travis is out top 5, but
all right, here in emotion. Okay, here emotional top 5 tight ends, but we're emotionally leaving Travis Kelce out of it.
Okay,
perfect.
Gronk,
Shannon Sharp.
Okay, yours is very emotional.
Gronk,
okay.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah. Okay.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Then give me Antonio Gates.
Yep.
And then give me like fucking Jimmy Graham.
What's one of those? Who?
Jimmy Graham? Jimmy Graham or something. Give me some.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. Gronk, Tony, Gates.
They start pulling for strength. They start pulling a little bit.
Who's that? There's an old guy. Whoever the old guy is, she's like, great.
I don't know what old guy you're talking about, but
that
sure.
Guy.
Yeah. Last segment, another thing that drew my eye. I was like, sure, let's talk about it. It's free agency season. Keep or cut? Keep or cut? These are guys who are under contract, taking up some cap space. And if you're the general manager of this team, are you going to keep them or cut them? Pretty simple. Nick Chubb taking up $15.8 million in cap, third highest paid running back in the NFL for the Cleveland Browns. Do you keep or cut him?
Keep.
I 100% keep. I don't know why this was even entertained. If the Browns want to be legit next year or be...
If they want to have a type of shot.
Yeah, if the Browns want to be in the conversation next year, Nick Chubb, a healthy Nick Chubb.
But, I mean, at the same time, like I don't know. Who are you going to find?
Like exactly, you're right. Yeah, like who? Yeah, okay. Like I don't know. Like you're gonna instead of Nick Chubb, let's like give a bunch of money to Saquon. Like what are we talking about here?
Keep. I don't see a reason not to. Like they're not spending their cap space anywhere else. I would rather restructure Deshaun than fucking get rid of Nick.
2 different Chargers. You got Joey Bosa taking up $36 million, and then Khalil Mack $38.5. So if I had to pick between the 2.
Yeah, I'm cutting one of them for sure.
Honestly, I'm cutting Khalil Mack.
Agreed.
I'm not going to lie. He's been around.
I wouldn't mind if they cut both of them.
Look, well, here's the thing. There's 2 more Chargers on this list. So I would, if I had to pick between the 2, I would keep Joey Bosa. I mean, honestly, it's just Khalil Mack's been around. I don't know how many years he has left, especially for that type of money.
Especially for $38 million.
Yeah, I don't know, but over Joey Bosa, I take Joey Bosa over him.
Well, Joey drinks Bud Light seltzer.
But the other 2 Chargers, you got Mike Will 32.5, Keenan Allen 34.7. So we're just talking about Keenan Allen.
That this receiver core, for as good as they are, will never get anything done.
Which is a shame.
I know.
A shame. And they can't stay healthy. That's the biggest problem.
Exactly.
Is that receiving core can't stay healthy. But like I said, bro, Mike Will, Keenan Allen, I'd cut both of them for Mike Evans.
I think that those contracts should just be restructured. Try to keep both for less millions of dollars. But yeah.
For a 2 or 3 year window, my best route, if I were to GM, would be try to restructure Mike Will, cut Keenan, try to bring in Mike Evans.
See, but the thing is, if you don't get Mike, you're fucked.
Well, no, I'm bringing in Mike with the. I'm only cutting Keenan if I know I got Mike coming.
Get Mike first, yeah.
Yeah. No, like we got him at the desk ready to sign the contract when we give Keenan the bad news. Like
Yes.
you're out of here.
Yes.
But no,
He could go somewhere else and make 15 mil.
he could can go and get breaded up somewhere else. Michael Gallup, 11.5 mil, cut. Yeah, cut.
The fuck are we doing with Michael Gallup?
People,
What are we?
people.
I mean, we're looking at a fucking dog shit donkey team in the
No,
Cowboys. Absolute diarrhea.
they're not a dog shit donkey team.
And even if they get a fucking top receiver or better receiver than fucking Michael Gallup, they're still gonna suck.
Yeah, but the biggest conversation was like, do you really need to? Spend that type of money on a wide receiver 2 that's not even that good, or somebody that's like, maybe he's wide receiver 3 behind Brandon Cooks? It's like, who knows? I don't know. It's like,
yeah, I would like to see them get another dude, but I don't know. Well, whoever gets Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a tough start to his career.
Why is that?
He's going to go to a shitty team.
And because his name is Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No. Like, I mean, he'll put up great numbers.
You don't think that's going to be added pressure at all, or you know?
No, because I think he'll be. I mean, skill-wise, I think he could be better than Marvin Harrison Sr.
But that would take a lot though. Like that's probably a lot of pressure.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, you have to play in the NFL for a long time, but
yeah, no. Well, okay, but
he looks better.
Well, okay. I mean, would you not want him? You don't want Washington to waste another
I
receiver's career?
But I mean, unless we're gonna pick up a free agent quarterback, I'm not rolling with fucking fucknuts.
No.
What's his name? Sam Howell. Yeah, not doing that.
Sam Howell. C.J. Mosley, 11 mil.
Jets.
Now here's my thing. The Jets. I've been talking about like the defense they got and how good of a. And let's be real. I mean, the games they won wasn't because of Zach fucking Wilson. I would say this is someone where it's like you don't. This isn't like a do or die. Like you have to keep him, but you can. No. Like
I don't hate
you 100% can keep him.
Like the only reason you would cut CJ is if like you're going out to get something better than a CJ Mosley for that same price, which like I don't. Where else? Like they're getting Aaron back. They have a decent receiving core. They have a good running back core. Mm-hmm. They have a good defense. Yeah, CJ's
he's
leader on that group. He's a veteran. I think he's a good guy to keep.
He's a veteran linebacker. He's someone you would want on your roster, and there's no reason to replace.
And $11 million nowadays is pennies.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
pennies compared to fucking 38 for Khalil Mack sold as.
How good do you think a player would be if they're making 15.8 mil?
What position?
Multiple.
Are they a gunner?
Her name's Taysom Hill.
Her?
Taysom Hill.
You said her name's Taysom Hill?
His name. I said their name. Their name. Oh. I said their name is Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, $15.8 million for the dreadful New Orleans Saints. I mean, if it's not the most obvious cut.
For me, it's kind of like a Matt Slater type of keep where it's like, hey, this guy is on our team. Like, we know how to use him on our team.
For $16 million, Devin?
I mean, what the fuck else are they going to do with the other money? They're still going to suck.
Devin, I don't know.
If I was a GM, I'm cutting Taysom Hill.
Okay, I was about to say, I wrote Taysom Hill as like a joke. I didn't think you were going to jump to his defense, but by all means.
Well, like, the only team where he could be a player is the Saints.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, sure. But, yeah, no, he needs to get...
I don't know why he doesn't pick one position, because he's a good athlete.
Sure.
Play a position.
But that's like a problem. He's like kind of okay at everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's not really good enough to be...
The jack of all trades, master of none.
Master of none. Okay, Alvin Kamara, 18.8.
Oh, that's tough.
Now I'm keeping him over Taysom Hill.
I'm keeping him over Taysom
I'll
Hill
tell
for
you
sure.
that. If that is even brought up in the office in the New Orleans GM's office, that's a
But
shame.
New Orleans is so dumb; they would fucking keep Taysom Hill and cut Kamara.
They would, yeah, and just pay him even more, restructure contract, and pay Taysom Hill even more money.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I would see. But what I saw, what I read made a good point. They said Alvin Kamara had a good year, but when he got paid this money, bro was putting up
Numbers.
numbers,
If I'm
numbers.
not stupid, maybe 1,000 receiving yards.
It was like 1,600 rushing yards, and it was something. Yeah,
I don't think it was that many rushing
no,
yards,
no,
but
go pull it up. Go pull it up. It was something stupid. It was something.
he was a beast.
Can you pull up his stats real quick? Actually, on the go ahead and that Pro Football,
Let me hit
that
the
Pro
best website
the
ever.
Pro Football Reference. If there's not like a best website award given out yet,
Yeah,
uh,
they should win
Pro
every.
Football Reference 100%. But yeah, go ahead and give me Alvin
His
Kamara
best year
2020.
2020. Yep. Second team All Pro and a Pro Bowler had. Shit, do I not know how to read? 932 rushing yards, 756
Sorry,
receiving yards, so 6
1,600 total
all.
yards.
Yes.
1,600 total yards. I said rushing yards. My bad.
Yeah,
1,600
15
total
rushing.
yards.
That's a problem.
You say that
That's a
again?
lot. 1,600 rushing yards is a lot.
Yeah. No. I don't know why. That was a
But
slip.
he was a Pro Bowler his first 5 years. Had 800. He had 1,300 and 1,100 his past 2 seasons total.
My thing is, if I'm the Saints and I'm pinching pennies and I'm like going for some type of like, we have faith that we can make a run.
See, but here's the thing: they still have faith in Derek Carr.
But that's what I'm saying. So then keep him. If you guys are
Yeah,
starting from the ground up, you guys are rebuilding. Okay,
yeah,
get
he's
rid
a
of him.
cut. But at the same time, like Kamara could be a great piece on a lot of other teams.
He could be Harrison Smith, Vikings,
Of
19.2 mil.
safety, 19 million.
Get bro the fuck out of here.
I mean, I know he's good.
He was good, Devin. He was good.
Was he? As he
He,
dropped
he,
off?
the man's getting old. Definitely doesn't help the whole Rashard Mendenhall, white people suck at football thing. Um,
I forget
in,
Harrison Smith like that.
in today's age, but yeah, for almost $20 million, for the Vikings when they're having the Kirk Cousin discussion.
He's 35.
Yeah,
Yeah, cut.
yeah,
Cut.
get his ass out of there.
What are we doing?
And then we got two Packers. Aaron Jones making $17 million. Really? You're on the cut. You're on the cut wagon.
I don't like Aaron Jones or AJ Dillon.
I mean, they got to keep one of them, right?
Yeah, if I was between the two, I would keep Aaron, but I don't know.
I would probably keep. I
To
don't
me, they've
know.
both recently been lackluster.
Okay, what if I told you David Bakhtiari was making $40 million?
Cut. David Bakhtiari is making $40 million. What the fuck are we doing?
So are you cutting both of them? Or are you
Why
keeping?
the fuck is an O lineman getting paid that much fucking money?
See, but if I'm cutting Bakhtiari, I probably got to cut Aaron Jones too.
No, you just cut Bakhtiari.
I don't know, because like we're gonna make the offensive line worse and keep an aging Aaron Jones who can't keep a hamstring healthy.
I don't know. How much worse can your fucking. Dude, you can spend, again, $10 to $15 million getting decent young.
Running back.
No, offensive lineman. Draft an offensive lineman.
We're talking about like if we're talking about a tackle. I mean that's
Nobody's great, but $40 million.
40 million. Hey,
Maybe I don't know anything about football. Maybe I'm an idiot.
look,
I probably am.
Devin,
Probably both.
that's what our whole podcast is about. That's what.
O-line talk?
That's no, not knowing a damn thing.
That's very true.
That is what we're. That is our premise.
Yeah, we're for the layman.
But you know,
We know how to premise correctly.
$40 million for David Bakhtiari, you could definitely get rid of him. But 17 mil for a bad
You can,
hamstring.
dude. You know what they can do with that $40 million? go get Daniel Jones because that's a cut. That's a cut.
That's a big cut. But no, I mean, Bakhtiari out, but I mean, they're paying 17 mil for a bad hamstring. I would probably get rid of Aaron Jones too. I probably would. But like you said
but the Packers, for whatever reason, think that they're a good team.
But like you said with Nick Chubb, it's like who else? Who would you get instead? Like, I mean,
also like Saquon was fighting for that money.
Yeah.
All the top running, like he got lucky when he got paid because all the top running backs were like, dude, $12 million, at least give me 15. And they're like, no, you get 11 on a fucking.
You're getting tagged, motherfucker.
You're getting tagged and you're getting 14.
And the tags are coming. The tags are about to. They're about to be coming soon.
Tags are gonna be
We got
flying.
some tag candidates. But we are running out of time. We got to wrap up.
Kirk Cousins is a free agent.
Kirk Cousins is a free agent, and we will talk about
back to Washington. Then we draft Marvin Harrison. How's that sound?
Draft Marvin Harrison, re-sign or bring back Kirk Cousins.
That would shake the NFL up.
Win the Super
we
Bowl.
win a Super Bowl.
You guys, it's your guys' red.
Gary Terry, Kirk Cousins, and Marvin Harrison Jr.
There you go.
At least a first round knockout. At least we're losing in the wild. At least we're making the playoffs.
Oh, okay. At least a playoff appearance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure,
we'll lose to the Packers in the first round.
Sure,
I don't care.
Sure. We are running out of time though.
Shit, we'll probably lose to the Vikings.
Maybe that Josh Dobbs, the rocket, he was the space, the astronaut. I forgot what they called him.
Cosmonaut.
The physicist. I forgot what they called him. But we talked dunk contest. We talked the All-Star game. We talked how shitty defense is in the NBA. We talked how Justin Fields is 100% getting traded from Chicago. Russell Wilson putting his house up in Denver. He's out as the Broncos quarterback.
I hope Russell Wilson just goes and like tries to start a comedy career, like a Christian comedy career.
Okay.
Or just makes like Christian like rock punk music. I think that'd be nice.
I don't know. He's probably too old to step into the pop punk music scene.
Not him, no. He's Mr. Unlimited.
He is definitely Mr. Unlimited. Mike Evans, Nelson Aguilar, a bunch of not free agents, but a bunch of players, keeper cut. Marlon Humphrey. Matt Slater is not a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry. But
I don't even know why we had to talk about that guy.
We had to talk about it because everybody else was talking about it.
Yeah, it's annoying.
We will be back on Saturday to talk more NBA, more NFL. Devin, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I would rather talk about Taylor Swift than Matthew Slater.
That is
because at least she gets talked about during the season. No one's ever talked about Matt Slater during an NFL season.
All right.
It's the start of the season. It's like, holy shit, he's back. And then at the end of the season, holy shit, he's in the coin toss.
He's in the coin toss. He called heads. That's why the Falcons lost. Not because of like the amazing plays that were made.
Yeah, what the fuck? Congratulations,
Thank
dude.
You.
Oh, Bill told you to fucking choose heads. Congrats.
Call heads.
God damn.
But with that being said, brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Saturday to talk more NBA, more NFL. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Goodbye.